Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kisha. I blog every day at kjaggers.com. That link is below. Right now, we actually have a giveaway going on for a beautiful prayer journal. You can check that out and get entered on my blog. And again, all that info is below. So it is morning here. I have my coffee with me. It's a little after 8. Scott just took the kids to school, and I thought now would be a wonderful time to make this reflecting video. I kind of felt like if I didn't make it this morning, I probably wouldn't get it made today. So here we are. We are in the dining room right now, and I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to film. Probably a lot at my desk, but I thought I would come in here and talk to you guys. It's supposed to rain today. It's really cloudy, so I'm in here by, some big windows. So these reflecting videos are basically to take you through the previous month, let you know how, my month went, what movies I watched, what we have going on, in the upcoming week. So there's quite a bit within this video. There's also a blog post that goes with every reflecting video. Again, you'll be able to find it on my blog at kjaggers.com when this video goes live. So, the month of April has been a very busy month for me. And before we actually get started, my cats are going crazy today. They are running, they are meowing. No telling what you're going to hear, but it's just me in the house today. So, the month of April was super busy, super stressful, super time consuming. So, in the beginning, and I do have some notes in my Midori. If you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. But this was a hard month. It really was this past month. Scott left to come to Indiana and actually work. He is working for a general contractor. And he wanted to come up here and make sure is what he wanted to do. And we stayed in South Carolina, meaning the boys and I, while he worked, earned some extra money, and found us a house. So during that 3-week period, I mainly stayed home and packed. It was really an extremely hard time for me. I was not happy. I've never really been away from Scott that long, and I'm still, trying to figure all that out, and I'll explain more about that in a minute. But during that time, Scott was up here working, I was home packing. And, it took a lot. I'm the one who did 99% of the packing of our old house, and I'm the one who's doing 99% of the unpacking in our new house. So, we also had spring break for the boys in South Carolina during that week. And I wish we would have been able to go out and do something, but we were, really restricted on time. We needed to get things packed up, cleaned up, so we could move whenever the time was right. Once the 3 weeks was over, Scott did come back, and it took 2 days to load that U-Haul, and then another basically 2 days to get home, because we were so tired the first day that we had left from packing up that U-Haul and finishing cleaning up the house and all that kind of stuff. We were just so tired that we couldn't drive the full way. So we stopped and then came on in and, started unpacking the U-Haul once we got here. Now, we obviously have Zane, and Zane is not a foster child anymore. I can talk about everything if I wish. Zane's mom gave all the dads to the kids wrong phone numbers. So it was next to impossible for social services at that time to get a hold of us. So we had to go through this foster care system, I guess. And we thought it was so strange having to do that with a biological child. But the biological child had not lived with us, and so there was a lot of things that, they wanted us to take classes about, and they wanted us to, get our home in order to bring Zane in. So we did all that, and we moved Zane up here. We were out of that time period. So we moved Zane up here, and Brittany moves in and Jackson moves out. I know for so many of you, this is a issue. I am actually in the same town as my ex-husband now. It's easier to let those kids go back and forth if that's what they want to do. Jackson, and I put this in the vlog, I've said it before, and it sounds so silly. that it's hard for most people to comprehend. Jackson really wanted to do all of that boy stuff with his dad. Now, of course, he could have lived here. He could have definitely, I don't know, bounced back and forth and went hunting, but he's missed out on his dad so much. He really just wanted to stay with his father. And I get that. I understand that. He's a boy. Same-sex parent usually has the most influence over that child. So I was okay. I was worried a little bit, but Jackson's on medication. He's become, a little more mature, and my ex-husband has become a little more patient. So Brittany moved in, and it's been actually going really well. For Brittany, I think she wanted to be here as much as Jackson wanted to be with his dad. So being that we're all close in distance now, we don't have to worry as much. Now, of course, like I said, Jackson could always come here. He could move in tomorrow. It's not like he's kicked out or anything like that. But right now, he really wanted some father-son time, and Brittany wanted some time with me. And we want to make our kids happy, so that's what we're doing. Now, with Scott's new job, I have not been very happy with it. I think some of you guys probably could tell that in one of my last videos. Scott has worked in the car business, you guys, for over 20 years. And, every few years, Scott goes on what I call a sabbatical, because he's tired of the hours. He's tired of fighting over money. He's tired of this. He's tired of that. And he always wants to go find something different to do. And every time so far, it hasn't really panned out. So I've been trying to be supportive. And honestly, I haven't been doing too good at it. I feel like, in a way, he's kind of like playing Bob the Builder right now instead of like being serious. And, I'm just trying my best to just accept that I don't get to pick out where he works or anything like that. It's really on him. So I pray by time October, November, December comes, he's got this out of his system. He's back at a dealership and life is great. He is making money, but the truth is he is the last person who will ever want to do any kind of physical labor, and he's hauling ladders and he's getting on roofs, and I don't know, he doesn't dress as nice as he used to, which, like, I'm one to talk, but I don't know, I kind of miss him dressed up. So we've definitely been arguing quite a bit about that new job, and I wouldn't want to be on here and lie. I would rather just tell you the truth. That, it's definitely stressed me out, and I guarantee it's been stressing him out. He's also got like a creepy kind of friend that I don't like, and again, I don't get to pick the people that he's around. I don't get to pick the job. I can only voice my opinion, and the cards will fall where they may. I don't know. But, it's been a little bit rocky because of the job, and because, Scott doesn't have set hours, so when I see him coming home at 2 p.m. for a 3-hour nap, I'm kind of flipping out because I'm thinking, God, you could be making money right now. Why are you in bed? So we are definitely adjusting, honestly, to it. We had our wedding anniversary this month, and, it went fine. We also had Harper's birthday and Ashlyn's birthday. That's our grandkids, and I shared that in a vlog. I'm sorry if some of you did not like the screaming kids, but that's real life. That was our real life that day. My son-in-law works at that restaurant, so I'm sure, he got a discount on the pizza and the food and all of that, and it was really a fun time. Also, when we moved into this house in April, we had that flooding issue, which made a mess of everything. It totally sucked, but it's fixed. We also had the air conditioner go out. Well, I don't think it ever worked. It was just like the other house. And so yesterday they came and put in a brand new air conditioning unit for the second floor. So Brittany and Zane are much more comfortable up there right now. Scott's birthday, we also celebrated, and we celebrated that at Joe's Crab Shack, and you know, it was nice. I got a little tipsy, Laura got a little tipsy. Neither of us were driving. The older kids, Brittany, Kinsey, and Zane, they were doing great. Kinsey is Brittany's best friend. She's not my child, but I would take her anytime because she's a doll baby. And those girls are so much more fun than any of the guys in our house. They really are. They laugh and they make me smile. They make me happy. The boys make me happy as well, but they're not near as funny. They're like gloom and doom all the time. So we had Scott's birthday, and we also had my best friend's birthday. Her birthday, our oldest granddaughter, Ashland, is on the same day, which is Earth Day, so that's really cool. I'm trying to see. The kids had a field trip right before we left. They enjoyed that. What else for the month of April? It's really just been trying to get unpacked. Well, get packed, get unpacked, get settled in. I know so many people are waiting on this house tour. I still have pictures that are not hung up. I'm just not there yet, but I will do one, I promise. I've been very nervous about showing the neighborhood, about showing the front of the house. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'll show you the front door and coming in. But I've been very nervous about it because there's tons of people on the internet who just spend their days searching for me and other YouTubers and where we live and how much we're paying and, you know, what the house is worth, how big the house is. I think this house is actually bigger than our last house, but I'm not 1,000%. I'd have to look at the square footage, and I'm just not sure. Also, April has been a month of learning Brittany's schedule. So, you know, of course, there's school and everything with that, but there's cheerleading, there's tumbling, there's gymnastics, which I guess is the same thing as tumbling. I mean, there's so many different schedules that I've been living in my car, which is another reason I haven't gotten everything unpacked yet. And it's just, you know, it's just time for it to slow down a little bit. There's been so much happening this past month, and, you know, it's been stressful. I don't know any other way to put it. I don't want to lie to you guys. You know, it's been stressful on my marriage. It's been stressful on myself, just moving and being exhausted. But it actually, I think, has propelled me into a better schedule. I'm getting up every morning now around 7:30. I'm going to bed between 10:30 and midnight, I would say. Last night I was asleep at midnight. I got up actually around 7:40 this morning. School up here starts a little bit later for our kids. So the kids don't have to be at school till 9. So we had to leave here at 8:20, and you know, just to make sure, you know, we can stop if we need to, and that they get there on time and can get their lockers and all of that. So I've been doing a lot of running, that's for sure. Another thing that I want to talk to you guys about is, remember when I told you I had like a secret I wanted to share with you? On my birthday, on my 40th birthday, God gave me the best present of all. For years, you guys, now, you know, I don't want to be too negative, and I don't want to go into this a ton, at least right now. I'll come back and maybe make a video later about it. For years, I have been stalked online by somebody in my family. For the longest time, I really believed, like a terrible person, that it was my oldest son, because he does not live with me. There's been some issues there, and I thought he was just mad because obviously I'm taking care of Brittany and Jackson and Zane. I have a great relationship with Laura, you know, the grandkids, and I felt like maybe he was just jealous. And I actually opened my big mouth on camera and on my blog and suggested it was him, which was the worst part of it all. But, you know, I have put on a lot of stuff on my phone and different things to try to figure out who this person was. They used to call me over and over and over, and they would let me talk to my son. So I would get this private phone call, and this has been going on for 2-3 years at this point. And since I believed it was my son, I would get on the phone and they would be silent, and I would just tell them about what's going on in my life, like, hello, Jordan, today I'm grocery shopping, or today we're doing this. And they would sit there and they would listen to me talk. Well, on my 40th birthday, I was given one of the best presents of all. I found out who it was. It was not my son. It was not someone that I really cared about. So it made it a lot easier. And I'll just go on and tell you, it was my stepmom. It was my dad's wife. And she's like a whacked out individual to begin with. But, you know, I really believed it was my son because they would leave comments, or she, tell us about your son, tell us about Jordan, what about this, what about that? And, you know, this lady has never raised a kid before. My father refused to have children with her, which I don't blame him. And the things that she's done actually warrants me going to court, getting a restraining order, filing charges. I've got all the proof. It just took me so long to get it. And on my birthday, I was so tired of those calls. So I put something on my phone that's called Trap Call. You can pay $9.99. It's an app. I think it's for Android too. I have an Apple. And when people call you from a number that is blocked, private or whatever, it will unmask that number and tell you the name. And after 40 years, after years, on my 40th birthday, this has went on for, I want to say 5 to 7 years. She's one of the ones that started the website. That was my stepmom. You know, she had a website about me that she's now took down. She's done quite a bit. And the only reason I am not like rushing down to the courthouse to file everything I think I should file, or going and seeing my attorney, and yes, I have an attorney here in Indiana that I've used many times. He's wonderful. Is because I didn't want to set the mood of coming home and being right in court. I told my ex-husband, I have told everyone that I can think of that really mattered, who needed to know. But I have not spoke to my father about it. He, you know, he's got a flip phone. When I talk apps and all this kind of stuff, my dad's going to be out there, and I don't think he could care less about what she does. I really don't. I don't think he would like what she's done to me, but I don't think it would matter really. So that was the biggest present of the year. That was what I needed to be calm. And you know what upsets me the most is that this lady, I wouldn't even call her a lady, let's just call her what she is, this crazy bitch, would let me talk to my son, who I've been dying to like reconnect with, on the phone with her, knowing that she could never speak back to me because she's not him. I'd be like, just tell me how your day is, and blah blah blah. She let me believe it. And you know, it's a big lesson on what to say and when to say it. I should have never said that it was him. It could have definitely jeopardized any future relationship. I'm figuring out a way to deal with that and to apologize and to own it. And I'm trying to still figure out what I'm going to do with her. She's still around my son. She actually took my daughter to school and she missed the bus right before I moved up here. She'll never do that again. But I'm pretty sure I'm just going to file the restraining order, and that way she can't be around either of my kids. After everything she's done, she's like let me know at different times like what my daughter was wearing, all the way down to her socks. She must have just been in the area, happened to see her that day. I mean, the things she's done is absolutely crazy. So that alone, through April, has made life a lot easier. She actually called me on my birthday like a third time, and on the third time she didn't block her number, so I think she scared herself off, and she hasn't called in April. So my phone has been quiet. I'm so happy about it. I'm so happy knowing that it wasn't him, and I'm so happy knowing that it wasn't some other person that I truly loved. I mean, you know, this woman has actually taught me how to be a stepmom to Zane and to Laura. It has taught me how to be better, because I definitely don't want to treat my stepchildren like she treated me. So that was a huge, huge, huge moment that happened at the end of March that's kind of carrying over into April. So I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to go like file stuff, or when I'm going to speak to my father about it, or what's going to happen if I confront her about it. I'm sure she's watching. Hi, Alice. But there's some things going to happen. I just didn't want that bad omen and that feeling of being in court the first few days after I'm home. That's the only thing that saved her. And that I hate court so much. I mean, it is what it is. But through the month of April, it's actually been like a breath of fresh air in that regard. Because it's been like a pile of bricks that has been on me for a long time. Like, you know, I know there are people out there who talk about YouTubers who hate me. It's different when they're putting personal information that is private amongst our family only, on websites, and doing everything they can to try to make my life a living hell. It actually worked for a long time, but I feel better. And so, whatever. There's a cat. I told you they're running around here today. So we have that, and you know, it's just been really stressful. And this week, though, Brittany Bell does not have cheerleading competition or cheerleading practice. The gym is moving, and next week she's trying out for the high school cheerleading team. So, you know, she's quite busy, and you know, I'm just trying to get settled. And you know, I know we've been here, what, for 2 weeks now, basically, two and a half, I think. Yeah. Let's see, 1, 2, we're actually in our 3rd week. So, you know, I still have tons of boxes in the garage that I'm going to start unpacking. I do not have a cleaning schedule yet. I do not have everything hung up. The house is livable. We have, you know, everything out in the kitchen, and we have everything out, well, a lot of stuff out in the bathroom. I gave a lot of that old makeup to Brittany. I only have a small amount. You know, we're just trying to be simple, and we're trying to, you know, get back on track with some type of routine. But the truth is, the kids are out of school in just a few weeks, and there will be very little routine. So, you know, you do what you can do, and hopefully each day I can pull in a couple boxes from the garage and unpack them, and then I can really start organizing stuff. I love the house we're in. This house has the laundry room and the master bath or bedroom and bath on the 1st floor. I love it. The stairs basically go straight up. I mean, yeah. And the kids are upstairs, and we have this gigantic room upstairs, which is basically empty. And I'll show you guys all of that. But I love everything that I need, basically, on the floor. And, you know, it's no secret I wanted a country house, which was just not that easy to find. But this little neighborhood is calm and peaceful. And, you know, you see kids playing and people walking their dogs. And I'm just honestly learning to be more social and come out of my shell and say hi and wave when, you know, I see a family. And, you know, in our last house, our backyard was so big that we didn't have to worry a ton about, you know, Cooper and pooper scooping and all of that, because it was huge. He kind of went back towards the woods, which was nice. But here we have to pick up Cooper's messes. And we bought a new pooper scooper, which, you know, really don't even bother me that much. And, you know, I'm being conscious of, you know, walking him in a neighborhood and not letting him just, you know, let out some big pile of poop and just walk past it. I'm picking it up. If I lived in New York or whatever, I'd probably be more used to that. But we didn't really have to do that with the other house. And if I had him out and hiking or something, I didn't worry about it a ton if we were in the woods. But here, you know, I'm just trying to be respectful. Our neighbors are actually quiet, and I just enjoy it. I like the house. Today, I'm actually going to be cleaning the house. I don't know when my regular cleaning day is going to be, but it needs it today, so today it is. It's supposed to rain and be nasty, so it's the perfect day to stay in. So movies that I've been watching, I haven't watched as many because in April I've been so busy, and I only have a few written down. If there's more, I will definitely add them in on the blog post that goes with this video. I watched Jane Has a Gun with Natalie Portman. It was like a Western. I also watched with Maggie, gosh, I'm going blank on her name, The Woman in the Van, which was really charming. I watched, what else did I watch? A Royal Night or something. It was when the German war was over in Europe, and Princess Elizabeth at that time had asked her father, the king, if her and her sister Margaret could go out and celebrate with the crowds. It's a really cute movie. It just came out. What other movies? I know there's more. There's just not a ton of them though, simply because I've been busy and we got a new TV system and I'm trying to learn it. I do buy a lot of my movies off Amazon, but honestly there just hasn't been that many that I've wanted to see. And any that I forgot, I will definitely put in that blog post. Also, today, May 4th, is my mom's birthday. So happy birthday, Mom. I love you very much. If you guys want to leave her some birthday wishes below, that would be great. But in the upcoming weeks, we, like I said, have the last day of school. We have cheer tryouts for New Albany High School. We have Memorial Day. We have my oldest son's birthday, which I've already started working on a note for him. We have the Kentucky Derby this weekend, and I really wanted to go, but I seriously doubt we're going to go. I just don't know if that's going to happen or not. But we do have the Kentucky Derby, and if we're not watching it, I will definitely, if we're not there, I'll definitely be watching it at home. Of course, we got Mother's Day, and I'm excited to be with all their kids on Mother's Day. And, you know, I never expect anything. I just like being with them. And I hope maybe Jackson will be over for that dinner that night on Mother's Day. And, you know, I'm hoping that once we're all settled in a little bit more, life will really get going for us. And, you know, it's been, like I said, stressful, and it's been stressful on Scott and I. Neither of us is like running to the divorce attorney, so please don't think that. We're just like bitching a lot, and we're doing better. We're both starting to settle in, and I am doing my best to take his job seriously. I'm sure that, you know, I'm sure what is supposed to happen will happen. And if he's meant to be a roof salesman, then he is. I don't know. I think, like, seriously, like, his sister and his daughter and many of us think that he will be back in the car business before winter. He might just try to make liars out of us, but I think that he will be. And you know, whatever. There's certain things I can't control. Where he works, his friends. He's got this creepy friend I can't stand, but it's still Scott's friend, and I can't really do anything about it. And I'm just kind of letting that go. It's beyond my control. It's not like, you know, the friend is over here or anything like that, because, yeah, I'm just not having that. Also, in April, I dyed my hair. I got it just a little bit warmer. I thought that it needed a little more warmth to it. It's a mess today. This is straight up out of the bed. But I warmed it up a little bit. I'm very happy with the color. I didn't want it super, super brown, but, you know, dark brown. I wanted it a little bit lighter, and I'm definitely happy with that. So that pretty much sums up my month of April. In the upcoming weeks, we have more videos, more planner videos. You know, I did the prayer journal, And I put that into the 2016, I'm trying to see if I have my schedule. It's on my desk. My 2016 planning series, because I really felt like it's something I'm going to be writing in every day. It was not a sponsored video. No one sent it to me to review. I got it myself, and I'll be hosting the giveaway myself. So, you know, I definitely am working harder on that video schedule. I want to make videos for you guys. I actually love talking to you. Please don't get offended if I haven't answered back in the comments fast enough. I'm getting better at that. It's just been so busy, and I promise I'll do better on catching up. I love you guys. You make YouTube worth it. You make making videos fun, and that means something to me. So thanks so much. Don't forget to get entered in that giveaway. You can also check out the blog post that goes along with this reflecting video on my blog at kjaggers.com. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to get subscribed. Sorry it's early morning. I'm going to have some more coffee, wake up, and clean the house. That is my day. Thanks so much for watching, you guys.